I'm Hoppy Ferret, and I'm here to review a beer I bought in a glass that I definitely didn't. The beer today is Luminous Lights. Luminous Lights? Luminous Nights. By 71 Brewing Company based up in Scotland, in Dundee. I picked this up from Lidl. It's been in Lidl for years, well, about 5 years now. Back when, or I believe they still do it, Lidl's Craft Beer Festival. They had this in the shops, and I remember trying a bunch of them back in 2020. Those were the days. Back when it was £1.79, this time it cost me £2.19. I picked up a bunch of beers during that craft beer festival, and honestly, this 7.4% Kveik IPA stood out to me as just the absolute best, and it's remained in the shops since. You can still pick it up. I'm very happy about that because yeah, you don't see much 71 Brewing around. Definitely not in the soopymarkets. As I said, this is a 7.4% Kveik IPA. For those of you who are not familiar with Kveik, it's a Scandinavian, I believe Norwegian specifically, strain or strains of yeast. They're very thermotolerant, so they can sort of ferment anywhere between, you know, your typical 18 degrees that you would normally ferment your ales, your IPAs at, all the way up to 38, although they have been documented to ferment as high or resist as high as 43 degrees Celsius, which is insane. Similar to how Belgian yeasts, when they're fermented at kind of warmer temperatures, you get a lot more of, you get a lot of ester production, stone fruit kind of character. So it leans more on the tropical side rather than kind of the banana clove that Belgian yeasts do. It's a kind of new, relatively newish yeast to the craft beer market. So it was introduced in 2014 by Norwegian brewer Sigmund Gjørns, I believe. I'm pronouncing that correctly. But it's been used in Norwegian and Scandinavian brewing for donkey's years. It's a very fast fermenting yeast. As I said, it's very thermotolerant. You can ferment it at kind of not any temperature, but almost any temperature. And it's not a yeast strain per se. Kveik is actually made up of, I just got a nice little whiff of that, is made up of different strains within the Kveik culture. That kind of lends itself to some pretty interesting properties, which we're about to dive into now. Yeah, so you got the stone fruit, you got mango, cherry. Yeah, ooh, lovely. Mango, cherry, pineapple as well. So maybe a bit of peach. Yeah, peach. Lime, I want to say. And what else am I getting there? Yeah, pineapple, orange, all the classics. We've got two finger Whitehead. Gorgeous orange colour to the beer. That is just beautiful. Yeah. I was pouring it out and it looked pretty thick. It describes itself on the can as hoppy, hazy and punchy. I'm certainly expected to be punched by this 7.4%, and I'm hoping that some of that alcohol is going to kill some of that cold that I've got at the moment. Cheers. Yeah, I haven't had this in about 3 years, according to Untapped. 3 years ago was the last time I had this, and it is just as good as I remember, despite the fact that the can artwork has changed and the price has increased. But, £1.79 to £2.19 for a great beer like this. You can't really argue. It's cheaper than some of the £3 beers in the supermarket, like the Tesco's and the Morrisons. I mean, hell, £3.50, £4 barrier now. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles these days. But this has got, yeah, it punches you. It's got malt bitterness. Well, it's malty. It's got hop bitterness that really sort of bites at your tongue. It's like a mouth inside your mouth. Oh, it's gorgeous. Sits at the back end with the malt and the hops, but you still get kind of some of that, the cherry sweetness, the pineapple, the orange. And you can tell, oh yeah, it's not nice, I just burped, but got a lot of orange. A lot of orange there. And you can tell that it's 7.4%, but it's not in your face. It's not like ethanol-y and horrible, like you're drinking white spirit, which I don't advise you do. Mind you, I've never drunk white spirit, so I don't know what it would taste like, but pretty horrible, I would imagine. Get some more of that in. But yeah, you know, as I said, £2.19 to be able to get a Kveik IPA, a double IPA at that price. I think that's pretty tippity top, if you ask me. And as well, it's not just any regular. It's not just any regular Kveik IPA. Like this actually is damn good. Like, it's February as I'm recording this. I wish it was summer so that I could just sit outside and crush a bunch of these, because that would just be, oh, yeah. Bring on summer. Bring on London Craft Beer Festival, man. I'm ready. But yeah, beautiful colour, beautiful beer, beautiful aroma. It's just beautiful. Kind of, yeah, sweetness. Bit of sweetness there. Kind of like custard, like a little bit of vanilla I'm kind of picking up now. I don't know where that's coming from. But it's very nice. Very nice. I just wanted to get that that little bit drunk so that I can properly swirl this, and let's see how, if I get this right up to the camera. There we go, even more of that yeasty goodness. Yeast, very rich in, it's either vitamin D or vitamin C or E, one of the letters. I'm just trying to make excuses for drinking beer, honestly. That head is lovely. Got such a clear separation between sort of where the beer finishes, the head starts. It's a little bit foamy, but at the top, you know, you got kind of bubbles, but it's very compact. It's staying around for a long time. Despite the high alcohol, it's not dissipating too terribly quickly. Haze for days, and I wish I could drink this for days, because yeah, I was saying to crush these, but you know, they are 7.4%, so maybe just kind of one or two if you're feeling a little bit cheeky at the end of a session. But get the barbecue out. Oh, yeah, man, I'm ready for summer. Ready for summer. I'll rate this. I mean, it's a lovely beer. It hasn't changed from when I had it the first time. It's a great price. It's got so much great characteristic of an IPA, of a double IPA, of a Kveik IPA. I don't see a fault with this beer. In my original Untapped rating, I gave it a 4.75. I'm not really sure where that 0.25 is lacking. So hell, let's upgrade it to a full 10 out of 10 tippity top brew. I'm the Hoppy Ferret. I'm gonna go nurse this, enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.